Hi and welcome to this video about Swedish alphabet. In this video we will be speaking about all sounds of Swedish language, including long vowels and short vowels, and also sounds that don't have their own letter. So let's start and dive into Swedish alphabet. The first letter is A. A. We have two variations, the long one and the short one. The long one is quite tricky because it's not like maybe in your language. We need to put our chin down and round our lips. A. A. You can imagine that you have a hot potato inside your mouth, so it will give you a little bit more volume inside. A. 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 Pa. Apa, apa. And the short one, we don't have to put our chin down. We are quite relaxed. Mata, mata, mata. The next letter is B, B. And here we don't mix it with the letter V, which is the sound V. Here we have the sound B, B, B. Bil, bil. The next one is letter C, C, and this one gives us two sounds. The sound S, S, like in citron, citron, and the sound K, K, like in popcorn, popcorn. The next one is D, D, and the sound is D, 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 dator, dator. And this one, it has also two variations, the long one and the short one. The long one we pronounce with our lips to the sides. Ek, ek. But the short one is just very short and you don't pull your lips to the sides. You just say shortly eld, eld, eld. This letter is the letter F, F, and the sound is F, F, F. Fågel, fågel. G, G. This letter is G and it gives us actually two different sounds. The first one is G, G, like in the word gata, gata. And the other sound is actually Y, Y. When we combine it with the soft vowels E, I, U, A and Ö, we will get the sound Y. Gilla, gilla. Ho, ho. This one is quite easy to pronounce. You don't have to do so much. You are just relaxed and just let the air go out. Ho, ho. It's like you are breathing the air out. Ho, hus, hus, hus. E, E. E is also a vowel that has two variations. The long one, we have to pull a little bit our lips to the sides. E, E, like in ris, ris. And the short one is just shorter. We don't have time to pull our lips to the sides, so it will be just short. His, his. This letter is called Y, Y, Y. And it stands for the sound Y, jord, jord. Jord. The next letter is K, K. This letter will give us two sounds. The first one is obviously K, K, K. Cat, cat, cat. And the other sound is a special sound which we don't have a special letter for. We're getting it when we use the letter K with the soft vowels E, I, U, A, Ö. So it will give us this sound. Sh, sh, sh. Kök, kök, kök. L, L is the next letter, and this one is little bit soft, especially in the end of the words. So here we have the word lampa, lampa, and boll, boll. And the tip of your tongue will be a little bit up when you pronounce the word boll, boll. So it goes just a little bit above your upper teeth. Boll, boll. M, M. The sound is M, M. Matta, matta. This one is pretty easy. N, N. N is for näsa, näsa. N, 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 n. The next letter is U. Ooh, and we have actually two variations again, the long one and the short one. So what do? We have to round our lips and push them a little bit forward. Ooh, ooh, like in roos, roos, roos. And the short one will be the same, just short. Ost, ost, ost. But the tricky thing with this letter is that sometimes we spell words with this letter but pronounce it with the sound O, like here, cool, cool. And this you have to learn. There are not so many rules about when the letter U becomes O. So basically you have to learn in which words you will pronounce U like O. The next letter is P, P, and the sound is P, P, P. It is the voiceless sound. The problem is if your mother tongue is Arabic or similar to Arabic, where you don't distinguish between B and P, here you will get a problem because your P will easily becomes B, and then people will have troubles to understand you. So you need to learn the sound particularly. It's P, P. It's voiceless. There is no voice in it. P, 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 pa, 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 pa. The next letter is Q, Q, and we don't usually use this letter in ordinary words. There are not so many ordinary words in Swedish with this letter, but the sound is the same as the letter K. So the sound is just K, K, and mainly this letter will be in some names or, for example, town names like Huskvarna, Huskvarna, so it's just K, K sound. So you don't have to worry about this letter actually. And the next one is R, R. And this sound is pronounced differently in different parts of Sweden. But we need to have a vibration between your tongue and your gum. So it will be R, R. Your tongue will vibrate. Roos, roos. But in the south of Sweden, it is pronounced a little bit differently, similar to the French R. So if you pronounce it like that, it's okay, but you don't have to learn this French sound. You can just learn the R with vibration and it will be enough. R, roos. The next one is pretty easy. S, S, and it gives us the sound S, S. Sol, sol. Letter T, T gives us the sound T, T, T. Tåg, tåg. The next one is not so easy. This is the letter U, and we pronounce the long one differently from the short one. So the long one, you will have to have just little round mouth and you push here your upper lip towards your teeth. So you look like you're going to whistle, like here, like that. U, 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 like in moose, moose, moose. So very little opening here. And for the short one, you pronounce it a little bit faster and it's like a burst. Bus, bus, bus. You have bigger opening and it's much shorter and you also can push your chin a little bit forward. Bus, bus, bus. The next letter is V, V. And here we have the sound V, V, V. Wind, wind, wind. And then comes the letter W, W. But actually the sound is just the same like with the letter V. It's just V, V, V. And this letter we usually have in some words, but mainly in the names. Like we have, for example, web, web, and Willys, Willys, which is the shop in Sweden. X stands for two sound. X, X, yxa, yxa. And then we have the trickiest sound of the Swedish alphabet. It is the vowel Y. Y. And how do you pronounce it actually? It doesn't exist in other languages, only in Scandinavian languages. We can go from the position of E, where you have the lips to the sides. And from that position, you round your mouth and then you will get the sound Y. So E is like that. Y. E, Y, E, Y. So you can say that Y is just rounded E. So it's pretty easy to train at home. You can pull your lips to the side and say E, and then you say Y, Y, myra, myra, yxa, yxa. And then we have the letter Zäta, Zäta, and the sound will be just S, S. In Swedish, we don't have the sound Z, Z like in other languages, so everything which is spelled with the letter Zäta will be pronounced with the sound S. Zebra, zebra. So don't use this sound at all in Swedish because it doesn't exist. It's just S. Then we have three special vowels which don't exist in English alphabet. We have O, O, and for O you need to put your chin a little bit down and then you round your mouth. O, like that. And you see mouth will be a little bit forward. O, like you are surprised. O, 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 like in cool, cool. And the short one is just the same. O, 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 mott, mott, mott. And then we have the letter A. A, and A is more tricky because we have the big difference between the long one and the short one. For the long one, you have to put your chin pretty much down, and then your tongue will follow your lower teeth. It will be behind your lower teeth, and it will follow down together with the chin. Ah, 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 like that. So you open your mouth widely. Ah, ta, ah, ta, ah, ta. Don't forget to articulate, because when you articulate, when you open your mouth, you will pronounce this sound correctly. And the short one, it's quite relaxed. You don't put your chin very much down. It's just äpple, äpple. And then the last letter in the alphabet is Ö. And here we have the chin down and our mouth rounded. And then we say, like in E, we have the same sound inside, it's E, but here we have the rounded lips and the chin down. E, Ö, E, Ö, E, Ö, öra, 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 mössa, mössa, mössa. So the lips should be rounded. And then, as I promised, we have also 4 sounds that don't have their own letter in Swedish alphabet. The first sound is sh, sh. It's quite hard sound. It comes from your throat. You can imagine that you would like to cough, and this sound will come here from your throat. Sjuk, 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 sked, sked, sked. Usually we spell it with the combination of SE and SK. The next sound is the sound sh, sh. We were speaking about it a little bit when we were discussing the letter K, because I said when you combine K with the soft vowels, then you are getting this sound sh. But usually we also spell the sound sh with the combination TY. So if you see TY combination, this is the sound sh, sh, she, she, she. And then also a tricky sound for many people, especially if you don't have this sound in your language, like in Slavic languages. This is the sound ng, ng, which is spelled usually with the combination of ng. So it's ng sound, ng, ng. This is a nasal sound which goes through your nose, not through your mouth. So you try to send this sound through your nose, like with we also send the sound through the nose, but with ng is the same, but you have your mouth open. It comes here, you can feel vibration in your nose. Ing, ing, ing. So no sound g should be heard when you pronounce ing, not eng or something like that. Okay, no g. There should not be any g. So ing, ing, just the nasal sound. And the next sound, which we will be speaking about today, is the sound sh. You are getting it when you have the combination of letters R plus S. So it's actually called an assimilation. When we have R plus S standing together, we are getting the sound sh. mash, mash, mash. So mainly people will use this sound when we have RS in a word, but we can also pronounce it actually when one word ends with R and the next one starts with S. Han lägger sig, han lägger sig. So you see, you hear the sound sh because it's spelled lägger sig, but many people will say lägger sig, lägger sig, lägger sig. So it will be the sound sh. So this is a combination of two letters, R and S, and you pronounce it like sh. It's also important to know because you will understand native speakers better when you know about this combination. So that was all about Swedish alphabet. Let me know in the comments if the video was helpful and subscribe for more Swedish with a certified Swedish teacher.